iron cross, German iron cross. Told me that in his early 20s, he had volunteered as a member of the Division of Food, the Blue Division, which was the army, the brigades, I don't know the military term exactly. It was a kind of expeditionary force that Franco sent to Russia, the Soviet Union, to help Hitler in the war effort against the Soviets. So maybe 10,000 Spaniards, most of them volunteers, went to fight on the German side in the Second World War. And most of them fought and died in the siege of Lenin. So I found myself with this incredible story. But this man, my friend, told me something. He told me that his whole life changed thanks to this event. He told me very, very sincerely, because he was a very honest man. He told me, when I joined the army, I was a Nazi. I was a fascist. It was a sincere fascist. Something happened. We were deployed near a city named Nueva in Latvia. He was invited to a dance one night. And he met this woman, this young woman, who danced with him, and who told him, you have to tell outside that they are killing us all. Suddenly, my friend, who was a die-hard fascist, changed his mind when he saw with his own eyes that the Germans were doing to the Jews. And this is 1942. It was not yet a time when the Holocaust was in full fledged, and the Holocaust was starting to be noticed in the West. So he learned what was happening, and that conversation he had with this woman that they were dancing changed his life forever. So another story, and then another one, and then another one, and then that's how it came on. And after a year, finding new stories one after the other, I was almost desperate because there was no ending inside for the book, you know? Because every time I thought, for example, when I started a new story, I said, well, I'll write, it would take me 20 pages, and then it took me 40 pages, 50 pages. And I found, well, and in the act of writing, I found threads that were connecting the story to all the stories in the book. And I was, in my process of my reading and my research, I was finding new details, new characters, new stories that needed to be into the book. So after 1 year of writing, doing research, everything, I finally gave up and sent the manuscript away to my editor. And the day after sending the manuscript away, my wife had invited a friend of her late mother to coffee cake. And we were chatting, and this lady told me, yes, my father went to Russia at the end of the Sixth Palestinian War, and many years later, we got a call from the German embassy, and we received a package with my father's camp uniform. Her father had been a soldier in the Spanish Civil War, after the defeat of the Republic, Spanish Republic, and gone on to France, joined the resistance. Many Republican Spaniards have joined the French resistance, have been arrested by the Nazis, have been sent to a camp, has escaped the camp, have gone back to the resistance, and been arrested for a second time. And all these things have been saved and fired away by Germans and sent over to this lady when she was in the mid-60s, when she was 40, and she had practically forgotten about her father. She had thought that her father was not dead. So I got my editor and said, in back the manuscript, there's something happening. And so finally, I gave up. You cannot keep writing forever. But there is something that which is might be interesting is that after this very day, I keep meeting people and I keep receiving letters from people who tell me stories. People who have read my work and who tell me that the book has renewed memories or stories they have heard in their families or stories they have lived themselves, and they keep telling me new stories. So it's like never ending. And that's it.
Since you say that the Salam, which that was released, and he was part of the core of your beginning to write, then he had the letters of Milena. Was that part of reality? Is that how you ended up introducing Milena and Kafka?
No, the thread that took me to Milena and Kafka was sheer chance. Because when I was writing the story about the dance hall in that, I was asking myself, what might have been this woman's name? And I thought maybe a name like Milena or this kind of name, Grete, Margaret, and it so happened that I had at home a book by Margaret Neumann, which is a biography of Milena Jasenko. So I went to the book. I learned the terrible, moving story of friendship between Margaret Neumann and Milena Jasenko. And it came around to be part of the novel. But there was no connection. There is no. You can imagine the book as a network of connections and resonances. I tried to give it a kind of a musical structure. I mean, I tried to develop the book on musical themes rather than a plot. That's not common. It has themes that recur, come, go back, and so on. So there was not an original connection. I mean, the Milena connection came strictly thanks to this idea of finding a suitable name for her. That's all. So then I run into a trouble, because the story between Kafka and Milena is an incredible story. Because what I realized was that illness is also part of both. Because it became obvious to me that illness is the second exile. The moment you are ill, the moment you suffer, the moment you learn that you suffer an illness, you no longer belong into the community of the normal.
You write many of the chapters are in the first person. So, is it purely fiction? Because it seems to me that it's a mixture of fiction and reality. Because the Tangiers chapter is written in the first person about meeting Salama, etc. And you're saying that that's what you experienced. So is that chapter, as an example, a mixture of you reporting what you had learned from him?
Yes,
And maybe some creative flourishes?
well, this is an important point, because the first person is shifting all the time.
In the same paragraph?
Yeah, even in the same paragraph. And why is that? I'll tell you why. Because one of the themes, one of the threads the book is reading around is the idea of the loss and the retrieval and the search of identity. And the need to put oneself in other people's shoes. Because when you read about history, about the Holocaust, about the Sephardic exile, about the war, you're in a very comfortable position. You are safe. Other people are suffering. Other people are in danger. You are safe yourself. But this is an illusion. This is an illusion. Because this is the illusion, and the illusion many people have experienced in their own life. What I wanted to show is that in the 30s, in Spain, in Europe, many people felt they were safe. They felt, this isn't going to happen to me. I'm not a Jew. Therefore, I'm an Nazareth.
Is it the idea of the scapegoat? As long as I'm not in that group.
Yeah. So the first person narrative is shifting all the time, because what I try to convey is the need and the possibility that your personal identity may shift at any moment. The moment you are considering it, the moment the racial laws apply to you, you are still the same person, but you are no longer the same person. Yes,